some of the values that were created in the 60s and 70s became codified in the 1990s and the early 2000s, like into the 2000s.
Yeah. Well, and I think the 80s and 90s had things like culture wars. A lot of culture wars were coming on the scene during that time period.
Yeah.
And the tech bubble, right? Like that now is a game changer. It starts to, just because of its existence, not necessarily because it has a will, but just because it exists, the hockey sticking of technology made it so that previous institutions were going to start unraveling. They couldn't help it because now there was just like a new way of doing things. And then that was also the time period where there was like a war on terror, even though that phrase didn't really pick up until the early aughts, right? 2001 after 9/11. All during the 90s, there was a ton of terrorism attacks. Yeah. And that was a catchphrase. It was like a war on terror. And so there was a lot of unraveling going on during that time period, even though it was a time period of economic boom in the 90s.